And we're back.
We are.
Woohoo!
I'm Sheena.
I'm Crystal.
And this is Now I Speak.
And we are super excited to be back. Again, we're recording the same night that we recorded last episode where Sheena told the sisters.
Yes, if you didn't listen to that yet, you should.
Yeah.
It's a very interesting, intricate, complicated murder story. So
It's not good. Well, the story is good,
yeah,
but the situation sucks.
all of it.
And all I kept thinking, and I said this to Sheena after we stopped recording, but all I kept thinking about was the Scissor Sisters, what made me think of scissoring.
And then I did a little.
You know what I forgot to do though at the end of last episode?
Say Sheena don't die.
Yeah.
I know.
I'm sorry.
You might have tainted me now.
Don't die. Please don't die. Although I think I really need to switch it to don't get kidnapped because
I know.
you're a lot more trusting than me.
I'm way too trusting. Like, okay, you got puppies in the van? I'd like to see them.
What do you mean candy? Okay.
I love candy.
You do love candy.
I really do. I love it. So, you want to kidnap me? Wine, candy,
Kittens.
Yeah, kittens, puppies.
I mean, you could really just approach her and ask her to get in your van, and she probably will.
Where are we going? Oh, you need help lifting that with your cast? Okay. Yeah, I need to work on my naiveness a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Slightly. Oh, speaking of though, so when I picked up my cats this will be like 2 weeks ago now or whatever, but when I picked them up, I had them in a cat carrier and they were beside me the whole time and I hear meow, meow, meow. So I'm like trying to talk to them, singing to them, trying to keep them calm. And then all of a sudden I'm on the highway and I hear shh in the backseat. And I'm like, is there a creep in my backseat?
Oh, after we just
I
had
had
that
just been inside
conversation.
the prison. And I'm like, is there an inmate in my car? I was like, I'm gonna hope that I can just take him to dinner and we'll call it a day. He's probably hungry. So I'm driving and I'm like, oh, fuck. I'm like, I don't know what to do. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna look. And then I see ears on the back of on my back seat. So I see his ears glowing in the light. And I'm like, how did you get out? And I'm looking and then the other one, his head is stuck in the box. Trying to get us there. He's like, wow! And like, it's just a head. So I'm like, I don't like driving. I'm like, I don't know what to do. It's like so awful. I'm like, I don't know. So I'm like holding the cats, driving on the highway. Anyways, yeah. So at first I thought I was gonna get murdered, and then I thought a cat was like gonna die. Yeah. So I was like,
Please don't kill her.
yeah. So please don't.
No.
She's on my lap having a nap right now. So
During the last episode, she was crawling. She or he, we're not sure. Crawling all over both of us, and now they've settled.
yeah.
So now they're just cute.
Yep. So that was that. My whole life flashed before my eyes several times.
Only you, Sheena.
Always, these things just happen. And then the other thing I showed Crystal the other day is the I-5 strangler who was imprisoned for raping and strangling 7 women, possibly more.
Yeah.
Karma just boomeranged right back to him, and his cellmate strangled him. So,
And like owned it.
yeah.
He said he was like bragging or whatever, and so he just killed him.
Yeah.
And that the guards kind of just
Let it happen.
let it happen.
Yeah, but what a way to go. You've strangled all these people, and then now it's your turn.
Yeah.
To meet your maker.
Yeah, that's a bit of karma right there.
Right? So
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty interesting. I was happy to see that. Was I happy to see that? I need to work on my wording.
Yes, you do.
It was interesting to see that.
It is interesting. Yeah, so that
Um,
seems to happen a lot though. Like prison justice, I guess is what they call it.
Yeah,
Kind of happens.
it does. And it's good that like it was strangling because like, now you know what everyone else felt.
Yeah.
As they were going out, so.
Yeah, because I bet you wondered. I bet you he wondered what it felt like.
Probably.
Now he knows.
And you can't share it with the rest of us.
No.
But that's kind of it for updates. I started trying to watch Murder by Mormons or whatever it is.
Oh, that's the
and
new
I
one.
just can't get into it. Like I keep watching and then walking away, and then I restart it and then I walk away again, and I'm like, oh my god. And then I looked on some of these follow these crime groups on Facebook, and I looked and everyone's like, it's boring, it's boring, it's boring, it's boring, it's boring, and I was like, yeah, Yeah, I'm probably just not going to try to watch it, I guess, because if I can't get into it.
I think that might be one I enjoy.
Really?
Well, because
I
the
want to
Mormon...
watch it. Like, I'm so fascinated by the story. I think the documentary's a little dry, maybe. Apparently it gets better. I'm speaking, I literally made it 20 minutes in and I got so I have no idea.
And Mormonism, like, is it fundamental or, like...
I don't know.
There's two different versions of Mormonism. There's the fundamental Mormons.
Oh, these are
like
the Latter-day
sister
Saints.
wives and stuff.
Oh, I don't know.
There's a difference.
Okay.
I don't know any of the other differences other than one of them has a bunch of wives, the other one does not.
Oh, I don't know what this one is because I didn't make it far enough into it, but it's just what is his name? The guy that like faked all those documents and like changed the way Mormonism goes.
Warren Jeffs?
No.
Or I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, I think that has something to do with this, and then like a bomb went off in some place. So
okay.
Interesting story. I just couldn't kind of get into it. And I also started watching the new Biggie documentary, but I've been distracted all week, so I started
a little busy.
I've also been very busy, so I just kind of like, meh. But it looks really good, and I will finish that one because I'm very intrigued by who killed Biggie and who killed Tupac.
Yeah,
I love hip hop just as much as I love true crime. So.
And Tupac's, if it's not out, it's coming.
Yeah, is there another one coming out? Oh,
yeah.
Perfect. When I was in Vegas, I stood where he was shot. Like,
oh, really?
Or whatever. Like, yeah. So I was like, just standing there with my arms out, like, this is where the most amazing man is murdered.
Oh,
I'm
only you. No, probably not only you.
No,
probably a lot of people do that.
Yeah, so. But that's kind of all I have in terms of updates. I've been watching light, fluffy shows this week as well.
Yeah.
Just in the moment.
Really light and fluffy though? Or like...
No, I started watching Ginny in Georgia.
I've heard that this is like... It's heartwarming, but also a bit dark.
Yeah, so, and it like shows she had her baby when she was 15, and like went through some shit, and then so it like highlights her life, and then her 15-year-old daughter's life.
Okay.
So there is, and there like is a little bit of like mystery, murder kind of stuff in it, but it's also very like Hallmarky at the same time. So it's like interesting show. I did finish all 10 episodes.
There was another one like, you done it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I very abruptly, so I'm like, man, what happens?
That's Netflix is doing that with a lot of things now. It drives me crazy because I also watched Light and Fluffy, and I watched, but it was like genuinely Firefly Lane.
I watched that.
I hate Katherine Hagel.
Why?
Hate her. Oh, I have hated her.
We're not famous enough to get listening to us.
I'm sorry if you are, but she, since Grey's Anatomy, where she just,
you hate her.
I have a hate on for her. But in this, it worked to the advantage because her character is a very unlikable person. But at the same time, the things that she goes through in the season, I'm not going to say anything because it is good, and I would recommend watching it. I can relate to a lot of what she went through.
And I cried.
Oh my god, I cried
on
so
her
much.
birthday. And her mom, like, I'm like,
so many
ugly crying.
So many things that do the same thing.
Yeah.
Like, there's multiple episodes where I cried.
I had a couple of friends, they were like, you need to watch the show. It reminds me of you.
Yes, and now I get it.
They thought of me as Katherine Heigl, so you don't like me. Like, they're like, the character of her reminds us of you.
Wait, does that mean I'm a bitch?
You might be.
Okay. But that means you are too.
Yeah.
At least we're on the same page.
Yeah, it was, but they're like, oh, you should watch it. And like, if you need to watch it, someone will watch it with you.
And now I get it. Because we did talk about this last time we were together. And we're like, why does she need emotional support? I needed emotional support for that. Like, my girlfriend even said afterwards, after I watched it, she didn't say anything. She didn't want to ruin it. And she's like, afterwards, she goes, were you okay? I'm like, no, I wasn't fucking okay.
I was sad, damaged.
You couldn't have at least warned me.
I know, I had
she's
no
like,
warning either.
Yeah, she's like, I couldn't without ruining it.
If you had a bad relationship with your mom.
Bad relationship with your mom.
You might need some Kleenex and some chocolate.
Yeah. And like, drugs. With the mom, it was a thing. It was a thing. Anyway, so yeah, I did. I watched that. What was the other one? I watched Bridgerton, which is essentially like watching a romance novel, porn.
Oh.
Yeah.
Where am I getting my time?
Yeah, I mean, he's gorgeous. And
Oh.
if you really want an actual light and fluffy, do not watch it with your son home. Like, it's very porny from about episode 6.
Yeah, well, the actor just thought he was my boyfriend, so.
You posted that, and I laughed, and then I told Rob, and then he laughed, and then we laughed.
Yeah, so I took my almost 14-year-old son to get his eyes tested, and the optometrist was asking him his address, and I'm answering, and asking him, like, his last eye appointment, and I'm answering, and the girl's looking at me, like, a little puzzled. I'm like, why are you speaking for him? And then asked the phone number, and again, I answer. She's like, well, whose phone number is that? And it's like, it's my phone number, our phone number, he's my child. And she's like, what? She thought you guys were like, and I'm like, oh, you thought what? And then Tom's like literally walks away from me. That's not what you want to hear when you're a 14-year-old boy. So
This is awesome.
I was like,
But for you,
I know, I was like, well.
thank you.
It's like, yeah, you weren't going to call the police? You thought he was my boyfriend? Super illegal.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
But, yeah, anyways.
That's hilarious. It's hilarious.
So funny.
No.
I'm so excited to hear your story.
Me too.
And now we're
We can say that. It's for real. I really want to hear my story. Although I'm a little scared.
What? Are you getting like, is your voice going?
I'm a little scared. It's called the Gooboo.
The Gooboo.
Gooboo.
Oh, that's a good word.
That's the title of it. Thank you, Stephanie, for titling these because they're very appropriate.
I like it.
So this is called the Gooboo Murders. Okay, so Now
it's your turn.
journalist Connor Crew O'Brien coined the infamous term Gooboo. Grotesque, unbelievable, bizarre, and unprecedented. And that's why I'm a little scared.
I am so excited.
Okay, so a term that brought intrigue and attention to both the craziness of murders and how the murders' political connections helped bring down powerful government officials. Ooh, Steph, are you gonna get me in trouble? Like, am I gonna get in trouble for any of this? I don't want politicians coming after me. They make it look like an accident.
Sneaky. That always sounds like this.
Okay, all right. Unlike the murder committed by the Mohall sisters, this is very good that you went first.
Oh, good.
It wasn't poverty, drugs, or abuse that led Malcolm MacArthur to commit murder. At least mine had names you could pronounce.
Mohall. I'm not doing well at this.
To commit murder. Malcolm was raised in a nice home. He never had to work and had pretty much anything he could ever want. Malcolm MacArthur doesn't seem like the typical psychopathic, calculating murderer. Clearly, my voice, I just can't read. In fact, in the years preceding his murderous rampage, ooh, we got a rampage.
Ooh, I like rampages.
Me too. He must have been exciting. He must have been exciting to be around. Ooh. He was, I don't know what this word is. He was a bon vivant. Stephanie, I don't know.
Vivant.
What's bon vivant? You're looking it up. We need to know. Curious minds need to know what bon vivant means. She's a better writer than me, clearly, because she's using words I've never heard of. That's awesome. What is a bon vivant?
Is someone who lives well. It's that philosophy that influences everything we do. Part of living for us is traveling, cycling, and being cyclists.
So he's like the Kardashians.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Sounds
All
like
right.
a jerk.
He spread his wealth around the art scene and made contributions to politicians. He was born into a wealthy farming family from Scotland.
Whoa. Sorry.
So we're going to leave that in there because Sheena just got propositioned to have her house painted.
He's like, I'm just a student. And I'm like, I'm recording something. He's
And
like,
he just wouldn't stop talking.
I'm like, I'm literally in the middle of recording. He's like, do you want your house painted? I really don't. No. Like, I'm so
It's not my house.
Bye. That's the second person with a clipboard that shows up at my house.
That's going to happen to you a lot. You live in the burbs, dude. All right. Back to Malcolm. So he made contributions to politicians. You're gonna be okay.
What are the chances? No one ever comes to my door.
The 2 times.
All right.
Okay. So he was born into a wealthy farming family from Scotland that settled at Bremont. I'm assuming it's probably pronounced Bremont. 180-acre estate in Trim, in the island of Ireland. Malcolm graduates with a Bachelor of Arts in 1967 after studying at various universities in the United States. He returned to Ireland in 1974 after his father died. Malcolm came into an inheritance of £70,000. That would be the equivalent of about £400,000 today. So,
Not a bad haul.
I mean, that's nothing to complain about. But I don't know the difference between pounds and dollars.
Pounds are more. Like worth more than a dollar.
Okay, but then how much is £400,000 worth then?
Oh, I see.
It's not $400,000.
No, it's not.
He lived. I'm gonna keep talking as Sheena's looking.
Oh, it'd be 700,000.
Okay, so that's a lot of money.
400 pounds sterling equals. What?
Yeah,
Sterling.
I don't know.
I don't think that's right.
We'll get back to you on that. With the brand of the hammer and what was the other thing we were gonna get back to them about from your episode?
I don't remember.
All right, whatever. We got stuff to come back to you with. Anyway, okay, so 70,000. He came into an inheritance of £70,000. 400,000. That would equivalent to about £400,000 today. He lived as a hedonist, enjoying partying with the elites in Dublin and skirting any kind of responsibility. He was a well-known figure on Dublin's social scene and was regarded as an intellectual and eccentric. I like those kinds of people. They're fun.
I see a picture of him at some point.
I know, me too. In May 1982, Malcolm took his partner Brenda Little and son, 7-year-old Calm.
Malcolm.
I spoke too soon about giving me the easy names. Malcolm, on a holiday to the Canary Islands. 6 weeks into the holiday, that's a long time to be on holiday. 6 weeks?
6 weeks into their holiday.
That's all my vacation and sick time and Rob's sick time. That's all the time off all at once.
I hope to one day go on a 6-week vacation.
Screw that, I hope you go on a forever vacation someday.
Got me there.
6 weeks into the holiday, his inheritance money ran out.
What were you doing for the 6 weeks? I guess
Not
it's
working.
that much. Oh, right.
And he's in the Canary Islands.
Is it
Which is,
expensive there?
I think so.
I don't really know much about them.
Because
where they're located.
we're not rich enough to know enough about them.
True. Unless the podcast takes off.
I mean, come on, guys. Malcolm, he left his family in the Canary Islands and returned for Ireland alone. He planned to rob a bank to fund his lifestyle. For this, he figured he needed to steal a car and a gun. He's very thoughtful about this.
Sounds like a solid plan.
Might need a little more than that. On July 22nd, in his search for a car, MacArthur took a hammer to the Phoenix Park and spotted 27-year-old Bridie Gargan, a nurse sunbathing near her vehicle. He approached her, shouted at her, and grabbed her as she ran towards her car, bludgeoning her repeatedly and ferociously.
Ferociously? That is
All that for a car?
No, I think you probably could have just...
Stolen one from a parking lot?
Yeah.
Like,
left the poor girl alone.
Maybe. She was just enjoying her day. Sun's out, guns out. An onlooker tried to chase MacArthur away, but MacArthur threatened him with what was later discovered to be a fake gun and pushed Bridie into the back of her car before taking off.
So she's in the car with him?
Yeah.
Why would you bring her?
I don't know. An ambulance driver saw MacArthur driving the car and saw blood splattered on the window of the back seat. The car had a sticker on her window stating that she worked at St. James Hospital. The ambulance driver assumed that MacArthur was a doctor transporting a patient to the hospital, so he escorted the car to the hospital. By the time the ambulance driver got to the vehicle, Bridie lay bleeding alone in the back seat. Bridie would succumb to her wounds a few days later. Aww. So all that, and then he did, like, Why? Because I thought it was for the car.
He
He didn't take the car. Maybe, I guess, just everybody saw him and he got...
Yeah, he's probably like, this isn't a good idea anymore. Well,
Yeah. Although he was unsuccessful in securing a car, he continued to his next step of his plan to rob a bank. You're just gonna go and run?
Wow.
With a fake gun. He's fake.
I happened here the other day. Not the bludgeoning.
A fake gun?
Yeah, bank robbery.
Really?
Yeah, Scotiabank.
What the fuck?
There's a woman.
Jesus. I don't listen to the news enough. I don't want to.
It finds me. I don't listen to it.
Yeah, I don't want to. I don't want to know when bad stuff's happening nearby.
I know.
I'd prefer to just keep it out there. Away.
Dublin.
In Dublin. Years and years ago. He called Farmer Donald Dunn. That sounds like Donald Duck.
I know. Please sorry, it's duck.
It's not. It's done. In Edenderry, Offaly. 3 days later. He planned to buy Donald's shotgun. Donald showed Malcolm how to use the shotgun. While he was inspecting the gun, he turned it on Dunn and shot him, killing him instantly. Oh, he left his body partially
That's kind of
hidden,
an asshole.
stole his car, and returned to Dublin. So now he does have a car and a gun. Just days after the murders, MacArthur had attended the All-Ireland hurling semi-final at Croke Park. We are butchering Irish cities and names, and I am apologizing now because I don't know them.
I don't know them either.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Very much sorry. Where am I? Oh, right here. At Croke Park with his friend, Attorney General Patrick Connolly, where they sat in a VIP box as the police scoured the country. MacArthur actually discussed the murder with Connolly and the then police commissioner, Patrick McLaughlin. So people knew?
We're just hanging out in the VIP box with him?
Oh, okay.
His name is Epstein.
Well, yeah, so he tells them, and then initially the police didn't see the connection between the two murders. But he made a mistake that helped the police connect him to the murders. Again, desperate for money, on August 4th, Malcolm went to his friend Harry Billing's house. Harry was a former U.S. diplomat that Malcolm had met 8 years before. He held Harry at gunpoint and demanded money. Harry calmed Malcolm down by chatting with him and told him that he just needed to get his checkbook upstairs. Malcolm let Harry go upstairs alone, and Harry managed to escape. Harry went to the neighbor's house and called the police. Malcolm, realizing he'd been tricked, left the house as well, and thinking he could make it seem like a misunderstanding, called the police himself. He told the police that it was just a joke. He gave his name and information. Malcolm MacArthur's place of arrest on August 13th, 1982 was almost as controversial as his crimes to the Irish public. He was staying in an apartment owned by Patrick Connolly. Wasn't that one of the guys?
The commissioner or something.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Following MacArthur's arrest, Connolly went on a previously planned holiday in New York. Although Connolly hadn't done anything wrong, his leaving the country after a murderer was arrested in his home infuriated the Irish people. Yeah, I'd be a little pissed. Oh, you suck. What is that word?
Taosearch?
Taosearch? Anyways, it's the Irish Prime Minister. Charles Hoffey? I'm so sorry.
Hoffey?
We don't know these words. Summoned Connolly back from New York, and the Attorney General resigned. Hoffey attempted to distance himself and his government from the case, but the appearance of a cover-up tarnished his government. That's going to happen. MacArthur admitted his guilt of the murder of the nurse. Because of this, he was not tried for Dunn's murder. What? So he admitted to one, so then he just didn't get tried?
50% sale?
2 for 1.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
When the prosecution offered to outline the facts of the case, the trial judge said this was not necessary, and the entire proceedings were over in about 7 minutes. MacArthur pleaded guilty to the murder of Bridie Gargan, sparing the state the embarrassment of a trial, and was sentenced to life in jail. He was a model prisoner. At first, he kept to himself, away from the other prisoners, talking only to prison officers. Once he began to socialize, he became popular among the inmates. Well, he was a playboy, right? That's what they do. Teaching them how to play American pool. In 2003, the parole board recommended that MacArthur be put on a temporary release program, which would eventually lead to his release. No way. In 2004, it was decided to keep MacArthur in prison as relatives, including his own mother, told the courts that they considered him to still be a danger to the public. MacArthur.
Good for you, Mom.
Yeah. MacArthur was released from Shelton Abbey Prison on September 17th, 2012. Patrick Connolly's connection to MacArthur would follow him throughout his professional life, as it should. He told you. He told you. In the VIP.
That's right. Beers up.
What the hell? Surprisingly, Connolly remained close with MacArthur's former partner, Brenda Little. When he died in 2016, he left 100,000 euros in cash and an apartment on Sallymount Ave, Ranelagh, in Dublin, worth about 300,000 euros. Brenda's son with MacArthur, Colin Little, also became close friends with Connolly. He was gifted 75,000 euros in cash and a collection of cigarette trade cards and pictures in Connolly's will.
You're still looking for friends to give euros to.
Yeah, well, he's dead.
Oh, right.
How would they know what they were left to do?
I take it back.
That's messed up. So, like, nobody... Okay. Yeah, he planned some stuff, and it was bad. But then he told people that he did it.
Yeah.
And nobody made the connection. Until later? Like,
Well, that poor guy that was, like, giving him the shotgun and just killed him. Like, why'd you have to kill him? I guess so, like, he can't testify, like, oh, I gave him that gun when he does rob the bank if he uses it.
Maybe he thought he was selling it to him. And he still needed a car.
Right.
But then he never...
But then you have a gun, so you just say, back the fuck up and take in the car.
Right.
I guess you'd call the police. I don't know, it's complicated. This is why I'm not a criminal.
Yeah. He never ended up robbing the bank. The bank never got robbed. A small blessing. No mass amounts of people at risk, but I mean...
You gotta, yeah, it wasn't well thought out, bro.
No.
It was not well thought out at all.
No, definitely think it through. And then maybe just don't try and rob a bank.
Doesn't usually work.
I got some solid life advice there. Just don't try and rob a bank.
Just don't do it.
Just don't. No.
Right.
That was exciting.
That was.
I enjoyed it. Thank you, Stephanie, again. That was fantastic. I would like to apologize for telling you you suck when I couldn't figure out how to pronounce shit. But yeah, that was good. I liked it. What else do we have? I'm sure we have to discuss. Oh, so next week you're going to get the second creepypasta episode of Sheena's stories.
Right.
I'm super excited because they're good. They're really good.
Fun.
I don't think I got any right.
No. Well, I think you did get one right, actually.
Maybe. I can't remember.
Yeah, I didn't
It's
get
been a
yours
little
right
while now.
either.
But yeah, so that's next. But then what happens after that? Like, what should we do after those? I'm trying to think.
I don't know what we should do. Let's do my crime and passion.
Ooh.
Want to do that? We kind of did, but like a murder,
like specifically.
Yeah, that could work.
I like crimes of passion.
Yeah. Or we could do.
No, I like crimes.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's do
Let's
passionate.
do crime and passion.
All right, we got it. Okay.
And then we also have some other exciting things to tell you guys, but I'm not going to tell you yet.
I'm so excited. When are we going to do that?
I don't know. We should plan that and do it soon. Ish.
Yeah. That would be so much fun.
I know.
Should we just tell them?
Yes. Okay. Hold on. I have to show
Give me
you.
the kitty.
Okay, here.
Give me the kitty. Hi, kitty. She just scared the shit out of you by waking you up.
I know.
Isn't she cute? So exciting.
So, I ordered the serial killer cookbook, and your host, Mara Squeak, we are going to pick a killer and talk about their crime and cook their last meal. So these are the last meals that they requested on death row before they were Killed. I was like, what's that? Executed. There you go. I was like, there's a better word than just killed. Executed. Do you want to know how much this person's a psychopath? You know what their last meal was? I'm not going to tell you who, but it was a bowl of melted ice cream. So a lot of different recipes, a lot of different things, but we're really excited to do the cooking show with you guys.
Super exciting. So Sheena is extra excited about this as well because for those of you that don't know me personally, I have the taste palette of a 7-year-old.
Like, honestly.
I like nothing.
You don't really like lettuce, do you?
Nope.
Yeah, it's like that.
I don't like lettuce. I can't eat it.
I don't like lettuce.
I don't like it.
Part of the fun will be watching Crystal struggle to have a bite of some of this food.
I have a girlfriend who just can't handle gagging. I'm gonna warn you, Lisa, don't watch that episode. It's gonna happen. Or maybe just watch until we finish the meal. After that, maybe just walk away.
So we're super excited for that, and we'll post the recipes if you guys want to try them.
Yes,
So
I love it.
fun.
All right.
All right. Well, I guess that's it.
You guys have a great night. See you later, and don't die.
I'll try not to.
Bye.